Faves, welcome to another cooking video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I grill my turkey, but most importantly how I prepare my green all-purpose grilling or boiling sauce. I know I said to you guys that I was going to show you in the last video, so I just needed to make sure that I fulfill that promise before I forget. And for what we'll be using, I'm just showing you my basil leaves. What I was holding right now was parsley. We're also going to be using some rosemary. We would also be using some green scotch bonnets, as well as some green long chilies. I love this chili so much. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know. And then we use 2 Knorr cubes because you need to season this. We'll also be using 1 bay leaf, some fresh thyme leaves. If you don't have the fresh one, feel free to use just regular dry thyme. And then we'll use some ginger, some garlic, some green bell peppers, onions, and then my curry leaf. If I'm feeling like, I want to add and jazz this up a little more, sometimes I add carrots, sometimes I add a mix of carrots and spring onions. If you want to, that's fine, but these are the main ones that I actually always use every time I'm going to make this green sauce. So everything is all in the blender, and I just decided to sprinkle some oil just to, make the blending process a little more smooth, since there was going to be no liquid. Now, if you don't want to add the oil at that stage, that's fine. You could add it when you're done blending and, just put in a jar and drizzle some oil on it. It's also going to be perfectly fine. Now all of that is done. I blended, and you see how, I left it nice and rough because you don't want to overdo it, okay? And then down to how I then use it on proteins when I want to. This is grilled turkey that I just said, I have some really nice fresh turkey in the fridge. What can I do with it? And just to, show you also a practical example, here you go. So just chopping up the turkey, I tried to make some incisions here and there. You can do that, do it exactly like I'm doing it, do it on both sides, however you want to, but make sure you do the incision so that the sauce finds its way and all of the seasoning finds its way into the turkey. Once I was done doing that, I forgot to show you guys that we're going to be using some butter as well for this recipe. Once I was done doing that, this is unsalted butter that I'm just going to put on the turkey before I start to apply before I start to include any other thing, just so that this butter helps. First, you don't have to drizzle oil when you're eventually going to grill, and then secondly, it helps all of your dry seasoning actually sit on the protein that you'll be using. So please ensure you use butter. I'm just going to be using some smoked paprika. I'll also be using some barbecue seasoning, garlic powder, my favorite yaji from Clay, Lagos. If you have any other suya spice, please feel free to use that, as well as my sazon. Now, you don't want to overdo this, okay, especially with salt, because every other thing that you're using in terms of like condiments and seasonings already contain a heavy amount of salt in them. So please, I would advise that you skip using actual salt for this one, okay? And then once I was done massaging gently and nicely into the turkey, I then added my green mixture and just also gave this like a proper massage on all the protein that I was going to be using. And then you want to allow this sit for about 2 hours. If you have overnight, please do, but I had let my own sit overnight, and it was trust me, you will tell the difference between overnight and 2 hours, but try not to do it immediately, and then just throw it into the oven, okay? And then just to make some sauce, I decided to blend up a few scotch bonnets, tattache, my green chilies, as well as some onions, and because I wanted to go extra on this one, okay? And in a clean pan, you know, okay, so chopping up some onions here, and then in a clean pan I just put my butter. I chose to use butter instead of oil again. Feel free to use any vegetable or canola or any oil that you have. And then just put some butter in the pan, put some onions, gave this a good stir, allowed to fry for about 2 minutes, and then I went in with my pepper blend, and you know, just let this all fry together for another 5 minutes, or at least until I was sure that it was ready. And then I'd grilled my turkey at this point for about 45 minutes to an hour, and you know, that was what it looked like. At this time my kitchen was smelling like there was a party about to happen. Now imagine if you're going to just be doing this turkey for, like, you know, over open grill. Oof, you would be bursting a lot of brains. You want to try this out. Anyways, I was now including my turkey after lightly seasoning the tomato, the pepper mix, just so that, you know, it's not too bland. Gave this a proper stir, and voila, it was ready. Listen, I like I said, that turkey was just sitting in the fridge, and I wanted to make something out of it. So I was like, okay, you know what, we could have some stir fry noodles and plantain with this, and this was what it turned out to look like. Would you be trying this out? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, faves. Until my next video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.